Hello. What a phenomenal time to be alive. What a phenomenal time to be here. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know on the chat if you can hear me clearly. Let's see who's here. Okay, clearly. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toby. Thank you. Please let's try to share this. Let's try to let others know about this. If you're here, please make others know about this. Oh, sorry. I need to remove this thing from sound to make sure it doesn't distract. Okay, good. Yep, just make sure no distract. Okay, good to go. Awesome. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much. Let me know where you're joining from. I'm excited that you're here because this topic is quite an interesting one. It's very interesting what we're talking about today. And I just want to make this very practical. Kind of lost my voice, but I'm trying. So I'm not gonna do my usual very loud because my voice, and I'll be speaking tomorrow somewhere in a conference. So I also want to try and preserve my voice, but it's quite. Thank you. Thank you so much, Johnny. Thank you, guys. It's been a ride. It's been an interesting time that we have been doing this, and today is quite an exciting moment again, which I strongly believe that we'll be able to have something that we can share and discuss together. So I also want to encourage you, please let others know about this. And those that are in the inner circle or those that are within the mastermind, please let others know. And let's have this amazing conversation today. Okay. Today we are looking at an important and vital topic. It's called love and respect in marriage. It's a discussion about love and respect. And I know that as Christmas is coming, so many celebration everywhere. Some people are stressed, some people aren't. But whatever it is, even in the midst of this seasonal period, let's allow love and respect to prevail. Okay. Sometimes it can be challenging, but if you just find a way to figure this out, this can go a long way to impact your marriage and relationship. Okay, so we're looking at love and respect. Let me just be clear if my voice is audible enough, if it's very clear to everyone that's listening. Just let me know on the chat if it's very clear. Okay, just let me know. The voice is very, very clear. Okay, okay, yeah. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. So we're looking at love and respect in marriage. Now, one of the first things that I would like to talk about is, and to make it very clear, is this thing called love and respect. First, it's good to define what these terms are. We need to define what is this word love, because love is something that is being said a million times a day all over the world. It's something that is being expressed in many ways, and there are people that also claim that they are expressing love in their relationship. Every marriage starts with love. There's a feeling, there's an understanding, there is a lot of things. And the way men and women view love, the way men and women view respect, is completely different. It's not the same. And that is why it's good for you to look at, how does women view respect? How does men view respect? How does women view love? How does men view love? So we're just gonna understand it so it can help us to know exactly what these things are. The first thing I want to talk about is, what is love? Now, you can define this from a psychological perspective, you can define it from a spiritual perspective, and you can define it from all sides of perspective, even your own definition. But just to make it very simple, from a psychological, emotional perspective, I could say that love is a range of emotions, behaviors, and attitudes that foster emotional connection between people, that foster affection between people, that foster care, especially between spouses. But it doesn't just stop at emotional level. Most times you hear people say, or you've heard this phrase, love does not make marriage work. Now, when they say that, they're being honest and being direct from a place of psychology. They're trying to explain to you that emotion is not enough to make marriage work. And it's factual. The affection is not just enough, because there are times you need wisdom, you need knowledge, you need understanding, you need compromise, you need so many other things to be able to navigate the situation that you are in, or the challenge that life had posed between you and your spouse. So when you say you love someone, you're talking about a whole range of stuff. So from a psychological perspective, love might not be entirely enough to make marriage work. But if you talk from a spiritual perspective, it goes deeper. Now it begins to talk about some qualities. It talks about kindness. It talks about patience. It talks about not rejoicing in evil. All right. It talks about not being proud or pompous or full of pride. There are other dimensions from First Corinthians chapter 13 begin to explain to you what love is. Okay. And if I ask you what love is from your perspective, you can also define it from a different way. And this is based on the way you look at love from different angle. So what this love is all about, we hear it everywhere. It's in the movies, it's in the social medias. Love is being talked about in church, talked about in schools, on the road, in the car, at home, everywhere. You hear it in the radio, in the audio music, you hear it, people discussing about it, you hear people express it, I love you, and all that. So, what is all this force about love? It's because it's very connecting, it's very attaching, okay? And it shows some level of degree of likeness, of being happy about someone's companion, someone's presence, and someone being part of your life. So this is very, very important. And that is what love could do for that relationship. And it shows itself in many ways, because emotions are involved there. This is from a solical perspective, and then also affection from an emotional perspective, from uh, emotional affections, things that create, people can hug, people can kiss, people can hold hands, people can have this verbal expression about your body, about your life, and all that and all that, and that affection grows, right? And then you also have some people that consider love like being supportive, being committed, being in a relationship, uh, seeing yourself in the eye of the other person, and considering other person's pain before you act. All these things can be related at love expression. See it also as sex. That is love. So we're seeing this affection that you could have, this emotional bond and connection, this relationship that gives you this excitement about another human being, love from a psychological. Now, going deeper to commit yourself and to go beyond just being emotional about things, but being practical to support and help and commit and communicate and do everything to be empathic in that relationship. It goes to another dimension of love from a spiritual perspective. And then when you talk about respect in marriage, this is where you acknowledge your spouse, you recognize your spouse, you ensure that each other feels that they are worthy of your love, they are worthy of your presence, and also they are worthy to accept love. And it's also the ability for you to look at individuality of your spouse that is a little bit different from you, accepting that, um, finding way to support them from a place of acknowledging their rights, acknowledging their need for boundaries and space, acknowledging their individuality and their unique strength and personality, knowing that they are worth everything. So, coming from that place goes a long way to impart your relationship and marriage. So, if you don't understand this, what respect is and what love is, then you will not know how to give it. You will not know how to approach your spouse. So this is why I'm going to do a little bit of teaching today to be very practical about how you can implement this in your relationship and marriage. And also, how do you know that your spouse um, does not really care? See, so how do you know that your spouse don't even love you? How do you know? Do you know that your spouse don't even care? How do you know that your spouse don't even respect you? So we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I just want to talk a little bit. What is the difference in a more detail now? Just want to go a little bit detail. What is the difference between love and respect? What's the difference between men and women? Both of them need love and respect in relationship because it's not about a one gender thing. It's more than, it's just more than that. Because acknowledging somebody's needs, doing everything to meet their needs, and supporting each other goes a long way to impart each other's relationship. So we're going to just talk about how do you actually view this in relationship? Okay. How does love and respect in that relationship, how does love and respect portray itself? And why does men and women need love and respect? One reason that I can see that is so clear why men and women need love and respect is individual differences. The need of the man, the need of the woman, the need of the various gender, they're not the same. Do you know sometimes somebody might prioritize love over respect? Some might prioritize respect over love. Some might see it as equal. So we're individually different. And just knowing that will help you to navigate love and respect in your marriage. Even when you come to our emotional needs are not the same. Both men and women have emotional need for love. Sometimes you hear people say women are more emotional, or women are emotional, men are stiff and hard. But that's not true, because emotion comes from the soul. The soul is made up of the will, the mind, the intellect, and the emotions. The man has soul, the woman has soul. So why do you think that it's only women that are emotional? Why do you think there's only women that expresses their emotion? I have emotion as a man. My wife have emotion. And my emotional need might be a little bit different, but it doesn't mean that I don't have emotional need. So this can come from a place of affection, care, emotional bond, connection, and understanding your emotional need from your personality, perspective, and temperament is so powerful. So we both need emotional support. It's not just a woman thing. It's not just a gender thing, one gender thing. It's both. So love and respect is required. And also, to help the relationship, another point is to balance the relationship, to make the relationship feel in a state of equilibrium, in a state of equality, to make sure that the relationship feels that is balanced, love and respect. Both partners need to be valued, they need to be appreciated. And that's what love and respect does. And that brings emotional balance. And also, even equality in the relationship from different intimacy levels, not just one person providing a particular level of intimacy from an equality perspective. You ensure that both people in the marriage and relationships are promoting equality, they're promoting value, they're promoting each other's opinions, feelings, and boundaries. They're supporting each other. This is what love and respect does in relationships. And it also helps you to support your spouse. Men and women both benefit from having a partner who, number one, offers respect and love, because it gives them that emotional support and understanding. It will help them to feel that someone is watching their back, someone is right there to help the relationship flourish. And love and respect gives you this healthy dynamics, because nobody's feeling I'm superior over the other. Nobody's feeling down. Nobody's feeling that they are not part of the relationship. It's not a one man game. It's not a one woman game. You see yourself as partners. You see yourself as teammates. So whatever you do, love and respect thrive in your relationship to bring that harmonious fulfillment, that intimacy, that connection. So the dynamics of your marriage and relationship begin to be different, because you have wholeheartedly offered yourself to allow love and respect to flourish in the marriage and relationship. And it's very important to acknowledge that, and to know why it's critical, okay, and why this is important. So I'm gonna show you now, why is respect for women and wife very, very important. You know, people think it's just men that want respect. No, women also need respect. So, how do you actually respect a woman and a wife? Number one, active listening. Try to listen to your wife. Try to pay attention to what she's saying as a man. Give her your full attention. That is, that is, that sounds very simple, but you won't believe how many couples that don't practice active listening. Try to listen to your wife's thoughts, the feelings. Try to validate if you understand things differently. Look at the emotions and find a way to provide that emotional security and support. And comes from active listening. Acknowledgement as well is another way to respect a woman. Just know that she's also present in this marriage. Know that she's not just a robot. She's not just one of those people that just stand there like a statue. They are not contributing anything to the relationship. They're not part of the family. You are just the only one that runs everything. That will not show that you are respecting your wife. Another way as well that shows you respect your wife is practically supporting her goals. You encourage, you support her. Might be business, might be professional, might be career, might be personal. It doesn't matter what dream it is, but you don't try to tactically sideline your wife or your husband, especially for this case, your wife. And anytime you want to grow and be better, you see the full support. When it's her turn, you tactically find a way to terminate, subdue, to make sure that she doesn't achieve that goal. And when she doesn't, you actually laugh. You actually say, I told you you can't. And that is very dangerous. That is not a good thing, that the wife cannot feel comfortable that the husband is actually supporting her. Look, we're coming to the end of the year now, and most people are looking through the whole year. What have I done? What have I achieved? What have I been able to get to the other side? Now, looking at it, some people have done so well, some people have done well, but there have been challenges, consistency, back and forth. There have been a lot of things that have happened over the month of the year. And now she's feeling, oh, I wish I could have done this, I wish I would. And instead of you to find a way to be there to provide that support and also encourage that things are going to be better, we can move forward, you're there actually laughing or tactically saying, okay, I think I told you. That's not good. The another way again to show respect to a woman is respect her independence. Now, independence doesn't mean that the woman will not 110% be part of that marriage. Independence means that sometimes just allow her to make decisions. Okay. Sometimes allow her to enjoy her hobbies. So like give her time, give her space. You're not constantly being a monitoring spirit or looking for ways just to make the wife feel that she's lost. Because part of being independent in marriage and relationship is having that sense of worth, that sense of responsibility. And this is why we have roles and responsibility in marriage and relationship. Depending on the dynamics of how your marriage operate, you would have discussed all these things, and each person feel they are responsible for certain things. And regardless of what you're responsible for, you still believe overall it's a teamwork, it's a partnership. So each other supporting each other, regardless of independent role and responsibility. It's just making the marriage dynamic rather. And if you don't have open communication with your wife, then it becomes a problem. That doesn't show respect. When she needs some time for you guys to talk about things that are very serious, then you don't want her to talk. You don't want to listen. You don't want to hear. So there's no open communication in the relationship. That doesn't show you respect your wife. And you don't let your wife do every chore in the house. Shared responsibility is a sign of respect that you offer to your wife. As a man, you cannot just sit there and just let the woman walk to death. Do literally everything. And when she says, please, I need this help, you don't even care. You literally tell her to her face, you're on your own. That's just being a little bit of a bully, which is not fair. At work, you support your colleagues at work as a man. You support your colleagues that are female, that are men, that are managers. You do everything so that you can be seen as a team player, a responsible employee, because you want salary. But the woman is also providing a lot in the marriage and relationship. So making the woman feel like she's just working, 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 working. And the reality is that a lot of these women are also professionals. They go to work, they come back, they do a lot of things. They're also very busy. Sometimes they're so stressed at work that if you look at them and you hear what they go through, you're just completely shocked. And yet you don't want to share in responsibilities. That doesn't show that you really care about that wife. It doesn't show that you respect her. What about empathy? Every time something is being done, it is always on your own terms of lens. We cannot see things in another person's lens. It's all about your lens. Your perspective is final. Your opinion you find. Your agenda you find is final. Whatever thing you say, your phrases, your statements, your sentences is law and order. That's it. Final. The woman cannot freely express herself. And anytime she disagree with you, it becomes a big problem. That doesn't show respect. It doesn't show respect. And it's good to take responsibility as well. This one is very important. When you are wrong, say you are sorry. Apologize when you are wrong. It shows respect. Take responsibility for your mistakes and apologize when necessary. Showing humility. Pride goeth before a fall, and a haughty spirit is complete destruction. So you see how critical it is to find a way to apologize to your wife. So men don't apologize at all. They feel like apology is a sign of weakness, and they will never apologize to their wife. That is terrible. Also, trust her decisions sometimes. Trust her decisions. Evaluate it. Look at it again. Doesn't matter whether it's big or small. Don't just think that the woman's independent ability to think, to reflect, and to offer advices is invalid. It's not possible. That's just not nice. And another way to respect your wife is to celebrate her. You know, her successes, her milestones, relationship successes and milestones, special occasions. Find a way to make her feel that she have just achieved the whole world. Her dream is coming true. That is a sign that you respect the woman in your life. This is so important. Now let's talk about respect for men and husbands. Respect for men and husbands. How does your husband know that you actually respect him or her? More or less almost what I've just talked about. Men also need that. Do you listen to your husband? Do you show interest about how he feels, what he's saying? When tells you that he just wants some peace and quiet, do you agree, or you still want to talk and talk and talk until you escalate things to another level? Sometimes you can feel like you're saying things because you are just replying the man, and then you're using your words like razor. You're just saying things. Some of these things you say are so mean, they deflate the man, they make the man feel like he's nothing. And at the end, you wonder why the man is not connected, why he's not available, because he feels that you have made him so tiny, so small, and he doesn't feel comfortable around you anymore. So find a way to actively listen to your husband when he raises particular issues, when he raises things that bothers him about the marriage relationship, or even you. Don't dismiss it. Say, I don't care. Why are you feeling like this? You're not supposed to feel like this. Blah 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 blah. All those things are just tactics to dismiss the man's feeling and opinion and thoughts. And at the end of the day, you just exacerbate the problem. And at the end of the day, you also gonna suffer for it. So active listening is important. Then you have appreciation. Men love appreciation. Expressing gratitude for all the activities, for all the works, for all the effort he's putting in, for all the contribution he's making in different levels. Find a way to appreciate him. Don't say because he's done something wrong or he's acted or behaved in a particular way, you will never do so. And whenever anything happens, you just withdraw yourself and rather make the man life a living hell because you already know exactly what needs to happen. So that is really, really unfair. For me, that's one that is so key to show that you respect me as a man is respect my space. There are times that men don't want to talk. There are times that we're just wired not to say anything. We just want to stay away. Women have that as well. Your personal time, moment with key friends or activities that you want to do. There are times we just want me time. We don't want wife time encroaching in the meantime. And you as a wife don't want husband time encroaching on your wife time. So you respect that. And if somebody say he doesn't want to have a conversation right now because of something, respect that. And find a way to come and make sure that that conversation happens later, but not from a place of pride, rude, and arrogance. That's not going to help. Okay. And then also, from your own perspective, acknowledge his strength. Men love being told that they are this, they are that, and also they have achieved this or that. Recognize that man's strength, recognize that man's skills, recognize that man's qualities that make him a valuable asset, make him a valuable partner in your life. Reco- Recognize that. Make the man feel that he's a man. Don't make him feel like he's a female. Don't make him act in a way that is contrary. Let the man be himself. and find a way to support him to continue to grow. And then also celebrate the man. Men have achievements like this year now, a couple of achievements in your life, milestones, special moments. There are things that have actually happened in your marriage and relationship, and you know that your husband was so instrumental about this happening. The question is, what have you done about it? Have you actually find a way to understand the dynamics of what the man is doing in the marriage and the relationship? Okay. Are you empathic towards him? Are you also supporting him in case he's not able to do a particular chore? Do you use your mouth and finish him and dagger him? Do you make the man just feel that he's completely useless? Sometimes as a coach and I hear some men tell me what their wife does to them, especially from a place of using their words. Some men just feel like I can't be close to a woman like this. Yes, she's my wife and we have children, but I've just made up my mind that I can't be close to her. And then the man is looking for a way to escape. He's looking for a way to go and run away because the situation and circumstances that their wives have subjected him onto has made them to vow that they don't want to get involved in this or that. And you see them all over the place. So let's be careful as women as well, the way we relate with our husbands and the way we ensure that they don't become so overwhelmed and feel like they are not wanted or desired in their home because of the incident that happened. Instead of the woman to understand and realize the impact of what her actions and behavior and attitude is causing, they continue to increase even the impact of the negativity upon the man. Don't expect any great and amazing loving husband because you're going to create something that you won't like. So this is why, regardless of the gender, it is crucial for us to maintain total and complete healthy and loving relationship between each other. This is so, so important. Okay. And the moment you're able to find a way to love your spouse, to respect your spouse, you'll be shocked the impact of what this will do in your marriage, in your relationship. Because men value respect, from a place of autonomy, from a place of validation. It will also help you as well to know how to talk to them during conflict resolutions. You have some core traditional roles of men, whereby they are seeking for how to provide for their home. They are looking for way to continue to empower, to protect. They want to continue to be the head of their homes. So all these things are things that you as a woman need to think about how important respect is to the man. And this goes a long way go to impart the overall professional organizations overall feeling of neglect, sad, depression, especially amongst some couples. It will give you guys some mutual agreement, mutual trust will begin to build. Mutual admiration will begin to build. You begin to see your spouse from a different lens, and that's what happened to the woman as well. When the man respect the woman very well, you will see support, you see empathy, you see a better way to discuss and to share things. You will find it very incredibly amazing what the impact of such thing can do in your long-term relationship. So, women, look after your men. And if you find it difficult to understand what exactly you want, ask him what is respect to you. Because you as a woman is not the one to define what respect is to the man. Maybe you saw the way your mom treated your dad, you saw some people around how their wives treated them, and you just assume that this is it. No, don't do that. Because it's very important that if a man cannot find a security place, he cannot find a place of comfort and solace in the confinement of your hand and life and family, then I can tell you that man is already gone. So let's think about it and reflect very carefully because the impact can be so huge that before you realize what has happened, you can't even fathom the impact of how this thing can eat so deep in your marriage and relationship. Many couples and many relationships today are suffering in their marriages at home because the wives or the husband have chosen not to fully respect or connect deeply with their own spouses. And as a result of that, these things becomes a big, massive issue. So, and I believe that as we're sharing this, you have been taking note and you've been reflecting about what we are talking about, love and respect in relationship. Now, we're gonna take a very couple of 1 or 2 minutes break. I'm gonna come back. I want to look at some specific, incredible relationships, complexity as well. I'm also going to look about, how does this love and respect, what is the impact of that from a biological, psychological, cultural, social factors? How does this actually impact our relationship? Why does woman prioritize respect? Why does woman prioritize love and affection? That's what we're going to look at very quickly as we take a short break. Make sure you don't go anywhere because we're going to be back very shortly and it's going to be incredibly amazing. Speak to you soon. Take care. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us today. I believe it's been an amazing section so far. Thank you for those that are still here. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper into our discussion. We have discussed how important it is for love and respect to exist, but we want to talk about why does men value respect a lot, and why does women value respect a lot? Because this is very, very important. Why why is respect valued so much by men? You hear this a lot. And why does women value respect a lot? Is there any science behind this, psychology behind this? Is there any cultural, societal factors behind this? Why is it talked about from a reality point of view based on facts that men value respect and love, and then women value love and respect, even though both gender needs this qualities and they want this to be expressed in their relationship for balance, for equality, and to make sure that it's healthy, thriving, and good. But one gender is wired to see respect as one of their greatest need. Another gender is wired to see love as one of their greatest needs, regardless of each of them wanting both things in their lives and also requiring it. Number one thing I want to say, why men value respect. Ladies, as you watch this and you're going to watch this in the replay, why does men value respect? Number one, biological differences. There are so many studies that have completely suggested that biological difference of the man's brain in terms of the structure now, and also I think in terms of the function, this might lead to variations in emotional processing, which is a very powerful fact. I'm not bore you with all the datas. So men may place a higher value on respect due to these difference. So the structure and the function of the brain also impart the variation how men process emotions. And also, if you look at it from a psychological perspective as well, it's also critical and important that from a hierarchical perspective, if you know what I mean, right? For those that study science, you realize that we have some animal that is here. The role is to protect, the role is to keep, the role is to ensure that any threat is neutralized, security is maintained, food is in that particular domain for their other member of their family from the animal perspective. And if you look at it as well, men is literally like that right from time. We have always seen that they are always going there to go and hunt. They're always going there to go and protect and fight any external intruders that want to impact their homes and families. It's a tendency that's been there. So we can also conclude psychologically, it's a fact that man also want respect far more than love. Not that he doesn't want that. And also, if you realize that, um, how will I put this? I will say from a socialization perspective. I mean, men are most times given, uh, I think sometimes one of the hardest jobs or tough jobs. And I'm not saying that women don't do hard jobs or tough jobs. Things that require some strength, if you know what I mean. Uh, there are natural build of man, some bone-like structure of a man, and how man can be able to endure a lot of suffering and pain. You get me? Not that the ladies cannot do that. I mean, they give birth to children, which is an unbelievable experience that I don't think any man even want to go through, right? So the pain ratio of a man and woman for different things are not the same. And one of the things that men also love, this labor like things that require a lot of strength and energy. And we can see that from society perspective. Let's say, for instance, a war, which I don't um, particularly, love. Okay. And we see this thing happen everywhere. From United Nations perspective, from a war rule perspective, every time there's a conflict anywhere, do you know those they're looking for? They say, get the women out, get the children out. You can, the men are like, yeah, okay, go and fight and die, right? Just go and, kill yourselves. We're not really interested that much. And there's a reason for that. Okay. If the women survive, they can have more kids. They can get married. They can survive so many things. If the girl survives, well, the population of that country, population of that place will continue to replenish itself. But and if there are a couple of men still available, things can change. So you can see they give a lot of preferences for protection, preferences for a lot of things. Sometimes you hear people say the ladies first. It's not like a gender bias kind of statement, but it just tells you that you just want to give honor to the women. Okay. I mean, give them that respect, give them that opportunity. So men tend to endure so many other stuff. Let's give an example in boxing. I try to look at the rules of boxing. I mean, the rules that the ladies have to keep when they are boxing is far more than the rules the guys have to keep. So you can see the guys, they hit them on the head, they hit them in the chest, they hit everywhere. Anywhere you can get, just deal with them. But you can't just hit a woman anyhow. You can't box a woman anyhow. It's dangerous. It's not that the body cannot take it, but you gotta be careful because of the way they are wired and they were built. You don't box anyhow. It's dangerous. So socialization alone can tell you that, from that hard place perspective, you know, men just want to be that preference of let's be the one to endure, let's be the one. And they see that as respect. They see that giving them the opportunity. Not that you can't do the same for the ladies. What about cultural expectations? Which is a fact. Okay. I mean, for every culture, is, man is the provider. That's what they say. I'm not saying that women are not even super providers today. I'm not saying that. But I'm just looking from a general perspective, right? Just for the sake of this. That's just the argument I'm trying to bring out here. Okay. That they seem to be protectors, they seem to be providers, they tend to lead great emphasis. The world tend to put a lot of emphasis in the way of acknowledging this role of making the man be the one to be the defender, be the one to go to fight more, do all the war, do all the, those cultural expectations. They're not entirely bad, they're not entirely wrong. And we're not saying that the other ladies cannot do what the men are doing. No, that's not what we're saying. But we're just trying to say that you can give them the opportunity for the man to go in front of all the lions, go in front of all the dangerous stuff. And it's just part of the ego for man, just feeling that headship, feeling that authority. That is just it's the man thing. And the man see that as then giving them honor to be what they're supposed to be. And it's not that the ladies cannot do that. Please don't get me wrong. They can be protectors, they can be providers, they can be anything. But remember, we're giving emphasis on respect for man. We're gonna come down to love, and you see what I mean by that. A man values self-esteem a lot. Significant portion of man's self-esteem is buried in his respect. If he cannot find respect in his home from his wife, and sometimes women say you have lost respect you because of maybe there was conflict, something happened, disagreement, there was an issue, and then the woman was okay. I won't call you my pet name again. She's upset, and then they carry on like that and all that, like that. So the man's self-esteem is not being appreciated. No matter what the man does again, he's being put down. And then maybe the wife will go and tell the father, the mother, the brother, the sister, everybody all over the world, at the end of the day, just to make sure that this man is on the floor, is finished, is end. If you want to kill your husband, just destroy his self-esteem and his worth. He's dead. Okay. So this is important. And sometimes one of the things that man value about respect is validation. Is validation is another important thing they love. Assurance. They like that assurance, that appreciation, that validation in their marriage and relationship. Sometimes wives, let me tell you something. Sometimes in your marriage and relationship, what your husband is just looking for is validation. What he's just looking for is for you to acknowledge that he's trying. So women will say, "What about me? Am I not trying? Don't you think that I'm even doing better? A lot of things." Well, are we in a competition match here? We're trying to find a way for somebody perhaps may not have that level of emotional intelligence or level of exposure and understanding that you have. And then because of that, you don't just even want to respect it anymore. You speak down on the man, you abuse, you curse, you are literally like a devil to the man. And then you wonder why the man doesn't talk to you. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to be around you. He's always walking away. He prefers his friends outside. He's running away. Sometimes it's not entirely that the man is traumatized. Maybe you are the trauma for the man. Sometimes have you look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, this behavior in my husband, am I contributing? It's my action, attitude, and behavior why my husband act like this. Maybe something is happening. You're screaming and shouting. He's telling you, please stop, 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 stop. And you just go ballistic. You hit hard. You say, I will finish. Ah, man, that is not respect for the man. So we need to be very careful. Otherwise, our relationship will be dead before we even know it. So now, why women may also prioritize love? We've talked about men. Why do we think women prioritize love? In fact, one practical one um is social bonding. See, the science has proved this over and over again that the female brain also indicates that women often engage in more social bonding activities. And if you think about it, in all movies, in all books, in all whatever you can think about online, social media, everywhere, even in your home, you see this emotional social connection. These things aligns to this women brain scientific study revelation about some certain tendencies between the woman. But when you even talk about in relationships, the one that wants a lot of romance, the one that wants petting, the one that wants this and that. We're not saying that the man doesn't want that, but just let's be honest about social bonding and all the romantics and all the this and the that. You realize that the woman want that more, which is a good thing. And then we also have an evidence that oxytocin production is another big one. This love hormone. We all know about that. That this thing helps women to connect, women to bond. It helps women to release this love hormone that make them feel this interaction with their husband, interaction at home. So this is why love is very important. Romance is very important to women, very powerful. And then we also see empathy, we see emotional expressions as well. These are evidence that love expression for women is a big deal. It's something that resonates within their natural inclinations to be the best of themselves because of this higher level of empathy and emotional expression that they possess. Even think about even the way they relate with the kids, they relate with their newborn babies, even when they're pregnant. All these things shows this emotional wellness, this wealth of love and expression they can offer. And we can also see even the emotional fulfillment that they desire. Okay, we also see this the way they communicate, the way they emphasize emotional expressiveness, the way they want to be viewed. All these things tends to somebody that wants affection, somebody that wants care, somebody that wants, you know, to be nurtured, somebody that expresses themselves from a place of emotional wellness, place of connection. And these are powerful. These are very, very important. So this is why respect cannot be overemphasized or love overemphasized in any way. Because when that love is there in that marriage, you're gonna that affections, that intimacy, you will see emotional bond there. You will see this emotional satisfaction. Somebody feeling fulfilled because they have this sense of happiness, this sense of wellness, sense of connection. You see them feeling that because of the presence of love, there is forgiveness, there is mercy, there is reconciliation, there's empathy, there is relationship satisfaction overall. Because you feel that. And you also know that based on how the dynamic of your marriage is. The same thing with respect. You will see mutual value of each other because each person is providing something is important to them, and the man is also being acknowledged, the woman is also being acknowledged from their worth, from their experience, from their understanding, even from their unique individual strength and weaknesses. All these things are part of the thing that gives the man and the woman the confidence. Respect also build love, it builds trust, it helps you to destroy any conflict that can exist for a very, very long time. And by the time you continue to build this, you will see the relationship changing dynamically. So it's critical and important that you value love and respect in your marriage. Do not take it for granted. Now, the question you're going to ask yourself: what is the level of love and respect in my home? Do I actually respect my spouse? Do I actually love my spouse? And we have seen that it's important for you to do so. It's important for you to love your spouse. It's important for you to value your spouse. It's important for you to feel comfortable with your spouse. And if my action and behavior is affecting the dynamics of this love and relationship, then I need to rethink. The essence of these live sections is not just to listen and then no action. If you find it difficult to deal with some of the things we've raised here, send us a DM. Find a way to connect with us, and we can find a way to support you as well. Because it's very, very important that you don't take your relationship for granted or your marriage for granted, because it goes a long way to impart the wellness of that marriage. I want to say a massive thank you for those that have waited this long to listen and to hear us talk about this love and respect in marriage. And I want to say clearly that if you walk the walk, not just talk the talk, walk the walk, you will see the tremendous impact of having a relationship where love and respect exist. And if anything has happened, there's been issues, there's been challenges, there's been conflict, there's been unresolved problems, there's been resentment, there's been difficulty in your marriage, in your relationship, then I think it's important to have that conversation. Don't always sweep things under the carpet. Don't always feel that there is no need for this conversation. There's no need to discuss anything. That will not really, really help the marriage and relationship to thrive. So it is critically important that you, as a couple, make up your mind to support each other to be the best version of yourselves. So look forward as you go towards this period to strengthen your marriage and relationship. Now, we also want to say that Our mastermind for 2024 registration is here, and we want to do everything we can to support you, to make sure that you are part of what we are doing in this place. So if you want to be part of the 2024 mastermind, please can you send us a DM? Okay, you can use the phone on the screen, you can send us an email, all right, that you want to be part of the marriage satisfaction mastermind of 2024. It's going to be an awesome time. It's going to be a time of learning and growing, a time of getting better, a time of changing. So we're going to be sending this out and see how you can take advantage of this and find a way to build your relationship, to build your marriage, and to ensure that your marriage works. Because part of the commitment you have to build for yourself is looking for a way to continue to enhance your relationship. So if you look at the chart and you want to be part of this, so you can just click there and you'll be able to. Okay, let me just show that. All right. So see that link. So our mastermind for 2024, we're having our registrations now. So for those that want to join us, you want to be part of 2024 from January to December. We're going to have tools. There are a lot of revamped things that we have done differently from this year. So, and also going to be using a powerful online platform as well for 2024. All our engagement, all our live, it's going to be unique life just for those in the inner circle, not just the public one like this. And we're going to discuss everything marriage and relationship like you've never heard before. So joining us for 2024 is massive. Now, most times, people, Christmas is coming now. A lot of people are going to be investing money in so many things clothes, shoes, perfumes. There'll be a lot of gift all over the place. But do you know that most people will not any plan for 2024 from their marriage and relationship? Well, the marriage is okay, it's fine, but there is power in being in a community where you continue to learn and grow. Sometimes you forget something, but being in a community, you are being reminded and you continue to be in an environment to learn, unlearn, and relearn. I'm still learning after 15 years. I'm still growing after 15 years. I'm still finding ways to be better in my marriage and relationship on a daily basis. It's a commitment. So it's something that each person needs to pay the price if they want to get something out of their marriage and relationship. So I invite you to Marriage Satisfaction Mastermind of 2024. The link is there. I would like you to join us for 2024. We're wrapping this 2023 up very soon. Those in the inner circle, you're going to get some email and notification very shortly about our end of year party to close this off and as we get ready for 2024. So this is the link for you to become part of the 2024, and we're starting very hard and very strong, and we're looking forward to next year marriage retreat in Greece. We're already working on the details of that marriage retreat in Greece. I can't wait to be on the reconnection couples retreat in Greece, in Athens. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great, and there'll be a lot of more other stuff happening in the group in 2024. We're moving forward, we're getting better. So, guys, look at the link, click on it, and then join us for 2024. And if you want to invest for somebody else, well, you might say, well, I just want to help someone in the country, someone in abroad, someone, you can sow a seed for a marriage and relationship for them to change and be better. Okay. So I can't wait to see you guys. So thank you very much. And I'll speak to you guys some other time. God bless you and remain an amazing and wonderful time. We're going to have one more section next week and we'll call it a wrap. Okay, as we get ready for 2024. Take care and see you soon.